Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys had a phenomenal and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, and just a lot of great time with family. As we go in and we kick off tonight, I just want to give you an update, even though not much has changed, but that's the beauty of my work there, is it's very consistent in its process, and, it's been a phenomenal 2022 here, and, the last video I shot for you right before Christmas there, or, Rob's pre-holiday warnings are still in effect here. Everything we talked to you about these key areas of distribution and risk on the weekly chart and those key resistance levels, as well as the negative divergences that went ahead and fired off, and the constant selling. Remember what we talked about there? The big bars were just being sold back down. The big up bars were being sold back down. And now here we've got actually things kind of coming down on top of us here. So much for the Santa Claus rally, right? So as we nothing's changed. I hate to sound like a broken record, but that's the beauty of the work. It really leads you in the right direction very objectively. And so we still have that falling resistance coming down on top of us. We've got a key level of support that we're watching on the daily SPY levels here, as well as the weekly SPY levels there. And we got a ton of resistance up above us on the SPY. So, path of least resistance has been down. If you take a look at that on a, intraday chart here, these markets were very bearish here at the very end of the day close, had a little bit of bullishness for a few bars, but look at all the sell side, how many bars, those bars were in bearish effect here on the stock indices. Nasdaq had a little bounce for just a few bars, basically, right after the market was closing here in the post regular trade session. So nothing to go and write home about. Everything else was very bearish. But, earlier in the day, we did have buy side opportunities in the short term, very clear with the, wealth charts champion trend pack of indicators there. We won't talk much about those tonight, but the thing is that everything was just firing off very nicely and consistently there. And then as we went ahead and went into the back end of the day, right, you end up having all of the sell side into that last hour here. Again, went sell zone, wealth signals, breakout forecasters, breakout continuations, all sorts of these different things. The Stoke 2.0 sells, all these different things, kind of firing off until after the end of the session here, where you saw a little bit of a pop up in the post session close, which triggered us a few bars on the Nasdaq. But the bottom line is pure selling here over on the the other side of the fence here with into the close. So the point with this is that everything is basically right as we left it with the last video. We're under a great deal of pressure. The intraday sell side opportunities are the best. If you're holding out for long side opportunities, it's too early from my perspective unless you're using very select ones using like the sector scanner that we identified. But right now with the holidays, holiday trading and everything else, going with the intraday path of least resistance trading opportunities is the absolute best from my perspective. And just remember, we have a lot of resistance right up above us that we've got to overcome to get too excited on the buy side, short of intraday buys that I showed you a little bit earlier. Intraday buys are on the table. The longer multi-day buys, especially multi-week holds, are not such a great idea from my perspective right now. 1 to 5 day short-term buys can be done on a very select basis with sector scanner like I showed you in previous videos. But what we're going to do is try to put all this together for you in a meaningful way. We've got the upcoming Wealth 365 Summit here, and so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing training in a different way. First time ever on the Wealth 365 Summit, I'm going to be going ahead and teaching the strategies and the tools and what helped me have such an incredible year in 2022. I'm going to go ahead, it's the best here in recent memory there. I'm going to show you this, what I'm looking at, so that hopefully myself, yourselves, everybody can see things in a completely different light and have a much better 2022 in many people's cases there. That's my goal. That's my hope. That's what I want to do. And so that's why I'm going to do the training a little bit differently here at the Wealth 365 Summit. So you're going to want to make sure you get signed up for that. Go to wealth365.com/BBT, wealth365.com/BBT. And then you can come to see my special events. And of course, there's going to be some really great speakers on the show. And I'll tell you more about that as we get closer to the show here. But right now, just go and get yourself signed up in the meantime. And I'll look forward to going ahead and seeing you there and trying to keep you abreast, of what's happening here and what my favorite strategies are, what I'm focusing on, leading up to the summit the best I can. And then, of course, we'll hit it real hard in the summit. All right. Thanks a lot, gang. Have a wonderful night. Happy New Year. year to all of you. I plan to make it a great one and want to see you right there with me. So I will look forward to doing everything I can to make that a reality for you. So have a wonderful night, wonderful week, and again, a happy new year. I'll see you shortly. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.